Thanks for coming to Ideal Classic Cars. Today we've got our 1973 Dodge Challenger. I want to go ahead and show you a few quick things about this car. It is a full frame-off restoration and absolutely beautiful. Let's look at the paint. First thing I want to show you here is the attention to detail. When you're looking down the paint here, you can see it, beautiful job, been wet sanded, very nice. And as you follow the body line down here, you can see that it lines up into the door area very, very well. The gap between the door and fender is almost perfect. And the decals, very nicely done. Another thing I want to point out too, the area around the windshield here, no signs of rust, especially down in there. And otherwise, very beautiful restoration. Now looking at the side of the door here, you can see that even back here, lines up very, very well. Also doesn't sag when you open it up. You can see that the inner door area has the original spot welds and hasn't been reskinned. It does have the new weather stripping inside and a beautiful door jamb. Let's go ahead and move down the rest of the car here. You can see that the back area is very, very straight. They did a great job lining up all the emblems, getting the lights on just right, even down to the very minor trim. If we can get in real close, you can see there's no dents or dings or pitting on this. Just the attention to detail that you don't see in a lot of cars. Once you're looking at the trunk here, you can see that that lines up very well too. Looking at the rear of the car, brand new chrome bumpers, not re-chromes, not thin chrome, brand new. The other thing I want to show you too is let's look up here at the rear end of the window. It's all solid up in here, not filled with body filler or Bondo. Same thing with down here in the lower quarter areas. All steel in this car. It's riding on a set of period correct wheels and tires. Moving forward here, you can see that again the door lines up with the rest of the body very nicely. Into the front. Uniform door gap as well, and again a beautiful application of the decal there. Let's go ahead and move you to the heart of the beast. Underneath the hood is going to be a 340 power plant. This one obviously is not factory. Some stuff I did want to point out really quick on here would be the Edelbrock Performer RPM cylinder heads that are right down here. The matching Performer RPM intake manifold. It's powered by a dual feed Holley carburetor that's dialed in absolutely perfect and is dressed very nice. The cool thing about this car is it was an original 340 car. It originally had air conditioning in it, as you can see from those fittings on the bulkhead right there. It's not currently installed, but the nice thing is from the factory this thing was optioned with the power brakes, power steering, and AC, adding a ton of value to this particular Challenger.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and show you what this car has to offer in the horsepower department. I'm going to get on it about quarter throttle, go ahead and show you how it runs through the gears. Very fun to drive, plenty of power on tap. That's about quarter throttle. I'm not allowed to go any harder into it, but I'm sure you can put it together and see what this car really has to offer. When you're braking, nice and straight, no hands on the wheel. The car doesn't seem to pull to either direction. Just very, very good build. You gotta love that sound. What's nice about it though, is it's not loud in the car. It sounds great behind it. Definitely a good sounding V8, but it doesn't beat you up when you're inside the car. You can definitely talk at a normal volume in here, even with the windows down, and have a conversation, so it's not too loud to go drive the car and enjoy it. clutch on this thing's nice and light. It's got a very big sweet spot in it, so to drive it and shift it's actually really easy. The amount of time that it takes to get used to the car is very small. It's just fun to drive. You don't have to work hard to get in and out of gear like some cars. It's just nice and easy. And as you can see, it doesn't grind at all going between the gears. Even downshifting, going down to third, on a rev match and go up to fourth again, you're set. We're gonna go over a little bridge here and I want you to watch. The car doesn't bounce around right here. Just went over that little culvert. If there's anything wrong with the suspension, you'd see it bounce and hunt and hop a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and get on the brakes a little harder just to show you how nicely this really is. No hands on the wheel, perfectly straight. Well, that concludes our test drive. I hope you've had fun. If you want to make this Challenger yours, give us a call today, 941-966-1900. We'll talk to you soon and see you again at Ideal Classic Cars.